the Katana sword. What a history this sword has. My very first sword. I'm very excited about this video. Done a lot of research. I know you're going to learn. You know, every time I do a video on blades, specifically if I talk about the cold steel extra large Espada, you guys come back and say, Tom, why don't you do a video on a katana? You need a katana. You love that huge XL Espada so much, you need a katana. Well, as a matter of fact, this is how much I love the cold steel Espada. Here's one right here. Look at that. You know I carry this baby all the time. So, yeah, you guys came back and says, you need a sword. So, you know, I also like other blades. I also like the cold steel kukri. Done videos on these blades. Smashed up some trees with this kukri. That's one of the main functions of it. Excellent, excellent blade. And you guys came back and said, well, please do a video on a sword. Here we go. Look at this. Turn it up to 1080p. Here's a trivia question for you. We know that we put knives into a sheath. What do you put a sword into? What is this called here? We're going to discuss it. We're going to learn a lot. And this baby is huge with a 2.5-foot blade, an 11-inch handle. Listen to this. Hear that? This is designed to slice and dice human beings. Let's be real. Just like guns are designed to shoot human beings. Let's do a close-up on it. My very first sword. I'm very excited about it. Did a lot of research. Welcome to weaponseducation.com. The Katana sword. Boy, oh boy, brand new out of the box. Very exciting to me. When I pulled this out of the box yesterday, I gotta say, it was a little overwhelming. It's a lot more muscle than what I thought. This is from Cold Steel. It is in the Warrior series. It's a $500 blade. This is designed not to chop wood, not to go out there and cut plastic water bottles in half. That's specifically why this is a tabletop review. I want to keep this blade in pristine condition. This is all about a sword that goes way back to the samurai warriors, and this blade is designed, let's face it, guns are designed to kill people. This sword is designed to chop off limbs, to chop off a torso in half, to just slice and dice a human body. And I tell you, it's extremely impressive. Cold Steel Katana Warrior Series. My wife is here, Tammy. Thank you. Please, let's focus on this incredible sword. Now, I mentioned in my intro, we know that knives go into a sheath. Well, these are called scabbards for swords, okay? So the sword goes into this scabbard. And this scabbard on the Cold Steel Katana Warrior series is a high gloss. You got a nice, beautiful, close look. Please zoom up and down. I really want everyone to see this in 1080p. A high gloss enamel finish. And it's let's just start with that, the beauty of that. And this thing is huge. It's massive. We got a blade right at 2.5 feet, 29.25 inches, right at 2.5 feet. We'll look at the blade real close. We have an overall length at over 40 inches. I mean, it's massive. A handle at 11 inches. let's talk about the handle right now. Let's please focus from here to here. And the handle, like I said, is 11 inches, about a foot, about a foot. So you have a lot of real estate there. And you know, we talk about our guns and the scalping and the grip and how good we can grip a gun. I tell you, when I grab this is not going to slip out of my hand. That's the first thing I realized, because it has a synthetic black wrap, which is very tight, wrapped around a ray skin, which is underneath. You see that in there, how beautiful it is? Super high quality. Now, what is the purpose of something like this? Like I said, it's for killing people, and it is not for cutting wood or cutting through bottles and ropes and silly things like that. Let's take a look at the blade. Now, I purposely left the blade the way it came in the box, and I want to point something out here. Okay. Whew. Whew. I'm not Japanese. Okay. Now, do you notice, zoom in real close, do you notice the oil on that blade? We're going to talk about the 1055 steel. You want to keep these blades oiled and lubed well. As a matter of fact, even Vaseline. So for the first time, I'm going to wipe off this blade since it came from cold steel. Okay? This is the very, very first time. I just wanted to show you how they packaged it with all that lubricant on it. There you go. Okay, I'll put it back down. Now, Tammy, please zoom up and down the specific blade, and let's talk about the steel in particular. Okay? We got a 2.5 foot blade. We have 1055 steel, which is a high carbon steel, and it is spring tempered. It's for cutting through flesh and bone. You know, you would not use this on something hard like a tree. Similar to, you would not use this, a Glock, as a hammer. You know, a gun as a hammer. You're not going to use a blade of this caliber other than for personal self-defense, or if you're super highly trained and you know how to use these, which I am not at all. The first time I ever put my hands on one of these was just yesterday. Take a look right here, and what we have here, you know, it looks like a spacer type of thing. What it's called is a habaki. Habaki. This is an anchor that will hold, remember it's not a sheath, it'll hold the scabbard end. So the scabbard comes onto the blade and anchors right into this habaki, and that is the correct phrase for it, the word for it. The Japanese call it a saya, and this is brass. Beautiful, beautiful. Everything about the blade is beautiful. Take a look back up. I want to keep this one short because it's my very first experience with something like this. If you saw the movie Pulp Fiction, where Bruce Willis was in a jam right there, and he grabbed a chainsaw to use for personal self-defense, and he just, he put it down. He grabbed a couple of other items. He was in a pawn shop, and then he looks up and he sees a katana blade, and he gets it. He goes like this, and he goes and he takes care of the bad guy. This blade, this sword is really amazing. The guard here is something else to talk about. It's this circular product right here. Very special. And what else can I tell you? I just want to thank everyone for influencing me to bite the bullet and go spend the money and buy one of these, because I've moved up the ladder from the cold steel extra large spider. Now I can't put this in my pocket, but I could put it above the bed. Right, Tammy? Right? Imagine if someone came and gosh. Please subscribe. Please jump on the gun forum and knife forum, weaponseducation.net. Let me know your experiences with swords. I know a lot of you are into these katanas. And let me know what you think of the Cold Steel Warrior series. It's a great bang for the buck. If you want one, I'm a dealer for Cold Steel, by the way. Just PM me and I'll give you a really good deal for you guys, this loyal subscribers. Please subscribe, please tell a friend. And this is extremely intimidating at 4.5 pounds, by the way. I didn't mention that. It's heavy. It's heavy. And it's just, gosh, I would not want to be on the receiving end of this. Check it out. Thank you.